Yes, I block people. Yes, I'm going to block you. Clarissa got ugly girl syndrome. She got ugly girl syndrome. And hear me out. But she got ugly girl syndrome. And we all seen it. We all see it. And no tea to nobody. No tea to nobody. But this is just what I call it. I call it ugly girl syndrome. Because, okay, this is what I used to have. Like, what make you, like, how could you say that I have ugly syndrome? I have ugly girl syndrome. No, I have, I whoop your ass syndrome. I have, I beat a bitch up, I beat a nigga up syndrome. I have, I love my man syndrome.
Hey, yay, hey, yay. We are all gathered here to talk about the GOAT and her recent transgressions and actions. It happened. It finally happened. Controversy, scandal, mayhem. Claressa Shields, the GOAT. She really did it. She hauled off and did it. And out of all people, she did it to me. Boxingego. In this video, I will break down everything. Unearth, uncover, and unpack. Let's get unpacked. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Boxingego unpack. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I am back with some more boxing. Rumble, young man, rumble. It finally happened, y'all. Claressa Shields blocked me. I know. Yes, she blocked me. Now, I am going to, in this video, take you through it. Take me through that, right? And I didn't even want to have to do this, but I gotta do this, right? So I'll take you through it, and I'll show you specifically what she responded to and why she decided to block me or whatever. And I'll let you make up your own mind. But let's get started. Now, here's proof. As if y'all didn't know, your boy Ego, I don't lie, right? And shout out to my dude Crown the Empire. This is how I even seen it, because I don't think I got a notification given the fact that she blocked me. But Crown this Empire, a Ego's Army longtime follower, right? He's like, wow. So that's the notification I've seen, right? Claressa Shields says, at Boxingego, thumbs down. It's okay to be an op, but you talking gossipy-ish. Please enjoy being blocked. You lost me. Oh, man. Where do I even begin? The irony of Claressa Shields telling me or anybody else that they're being gossipy. That is rich. I find that to be very ironic. You calling anybody gossipy when at any given time you have 30 to 40 assorted beefs. Rolly, SHADASIA Green, Alicia Bumgardner, at points Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, Chris Cyborg, light-skinned women who you claim are haters, right? Gervonta Tank Davis, Remy Ma, and so on and so forth. I'm not done. 50 Cent, Maserati Bud, random fans on the internet, and you have the audacity to call anybody gossipy is mind-blowing. Now, fair warning. I don't know why anybody, fighters included, would choose to go against me. I got stripes like Yankee uniforms, and y'all know I'm surgical. I don't lie. And if it's me versus you, my brand and my integrity versus whatever you're trying to throw on me, then you have yourself a battle. And for a person like Claressa Shields, in this video, I'm going to expose and identify the flaw in a lot of her arguments, and we're going to see what's going on. I'll give you the timeline, all that type of stuff. But if you come from my brand, you got work, right? And I'm just being real. I wouldn't want to go against me because y'all know what I do. So if I got to put a quote on the grill, I got to put a quote on the grill. So the fact that you're calling anybody gossipy is hilarious, right? Given the fact that you're always into some stuff, always beefing with somebody else, blah, blah, blah. And you said, please enjoy being blocked. Okay. Whoop-de-doo. You already blocked me on Instagram. Now you blocked me on Twitter. And the funny thing is, Muff, I'm media. I am a boxing personality and YouTuber. So these new fighters, they have lost the plot officially. They try to make an enemy out of the boxing media and YouTubers, and the only people that even really know about this sport are diehard boxing fans, boxing media, and YouTubers. That's why you see a lot of these new boxers get stuck going on podcasts. They may get views and they may get viewership, but they don't know nothing about boxing. They don't know jack about boxing. And that's why they have to go on these different platforms. Like even the Breakfast Club and different platforms, Angela Yee and stuff. They always try to recruit people from more so in the boxing space as like co-host, because they can't have the conversation by themselves without somebody else who knows the sport probably better than they do to help coach them, to help ask questions. For me, I don't need none of that. I'm boxing's encyclopedia. I don't need assistance. I don't need Google. I don't need Wikipedia. I know who you fought. In fact, I was at your first fight, Claressa Shields, and trust me, you did not act how you've been acting recently. So I find it funny because I be in my own world. I be minding my own business. Years of dedicated content. I have never said anything negative about Claressa Shields. Undefeated, putting on hellified performances, and you were just winning, right? But somewhere, what did Rocky say? But somewhere along the lines, you changed. Somewhere along the lines, something happened and you changed. Maybe you got into a new tax bracket or whatever the case may be, and you started flipping out and acting different. And I really want to say is when you got with Papoose, because let's be real. To my knowledge, in terms of public relationships, most of the people Claressa had been dealing with, they were not fellow celebrities. I'm not saying she never messed with a celebrity or another boxer or whatever. I don't know. That's her business. But I'm talking about her public relationships. We didn't know the people. Like, you were engaged to some dude and there were pictures of you and him and you're like showing the ring and all that. We don't know him. He was some cat from Detroit, I believe. Right? So we don't know Cud. So the blogs weren't going to pick that up. Shade Room and Baller Alert and World Star. No, nobody else. But then you got with a rapper that people do know, Papoose, or, you know, not the biggest artist, but still somebody from hip hop and somebody who had a love and hip hop relationship with another rapper that other people know in Remy Ma. So I feel like it was that moment with Pap, you know, and Remy was in prison, and then their relationship, how public it was, and the love and hip hop angle, blah, blah, blah. And then in comes Claressa Shields. You get in this relationship. So boom, overnight, you get you get more publicity. And with that new publicity comes responsibility, right? And what I mean, there's more cameras on you. There's more lights on you. You're in the limelight a bit more. And how does Claressa Shields choose to comport herself when the fame grew? When she was under the microscope more, like you've been seeing recently? You took this time to beef with Layla Ali. You took this time to wage war against light-skinned women. Talk about, oh, these light-skinned girls, man, they always trying to start with me.
Why? Oh, it's giving obsessed. It's giving obsessed, light skin, red bone. Yeah, get your funny looking ass up out of here. I don't play with these hoes. It's
right. This is Claressa Shields, and she went on this long rant about how light-skinned women are insecure and jealous of her, and they're the only ones talking crap to her in the comment section, right? You beefing with Maserati Bud. I don't know him. He a weirdo. He was coming around with a camera, and then he started leaking more and more that showed, it didn't show that you mess with him necessarily, but it showed that there was more than meets the eye. You were acting like he was stranger danger, and you didn't even know who he was. And then he in your crib, he in the car with you and your friends. So it's like something you're doing and what you saying and whatnot is not adding up, right? So this is the current version of Claressa Shields, but I don't want to get sidetracked. Let me tell you why I personally was blocked. The part where she was like, oh man, thumbs down, it's okay to be an op. What are you talking about, bro? I'm not an op with no boxer. I get on here, I hit the record button, I talk to my people, aka Ego's Army and the boxing fans. I deliver my opinion in boxing news, and I hop off and enjoy the rest of my life. And you could do that too. You talking about op, like we in a gang or something. I don't have no problem with no boxer. If you have a problem with me, that's your own personal problem, right? But you talking about it's okay to be an op. This is the sensitivity of these boxers. And I try to tell you, I don't care. Block me. What does that do? I'm still going to speak my mind and say my opinion on you or anything else that I choose, right? And I've said this before, I'll say it again. This is by far, I've covered boxing like 15 plus years. This is by far the worst era of boxing. The softest boxers, the most sensitive boxers of any era that I've covered. And I've been in the game for like 15 plus, right? And although I wasn't covering the game and social media wasn't around in the Muhammad Ali days, I've done enough research. I have an older brother, right, who's always been a boxing fan and into boxing and all that, right? My dad. So I already know them dudes was thorough. The George Foremans and Ken Nortons, Ernie Shavers and Muhammad Ali. So I didn't have to be a part of that. Look at Jack Johnson in the early 1900s. Look how the man was moving in the most oppressive time in U.S. history and how he conducted himself like a real G. You know what I mean? So the fighters, the Ray Robinsons and the Joe Lewises and Muhammad Ali and everybody before my time, I already knew they was moving correctly. This new era of boxers, by far the most sensitive, coddled, Gen Z, walking on eggshell. Like, you can't even have a constructive criticism. I don't get on here. I ain't talking crazy. I'm out here talking boxing. You know, I don't talk about your family, and I'm not even doing all that. And these fighters can take punches to the face, into the rib, right? You could take punches for a living, but you can't take constructive criticism from YouTubers, right? So let me show you what made me an op after years of covering Claressa and giving her positive coverage, her behavior changed, as I mentioned. And I'll show you what made her mad or whatever. And y'all be the judge of it. It was this tweet right here. Again, the game is in a weird place. Claressa Shields seemingly rejoicing that SHADASIA Green lost to Lonnie Daniels. But if that were me, I would be mad. That was a fight that people wanted to see you in. So I wouldn't be celebrating. I would be upset that my meal ticket got beat before me. That's what I said that initiated this, right? Claressa responded to this particular tweet. Mind you, around the same time frame that I put that last tweet, I had a second tweet on Claressa Shields. It said, Claressa made time to immediately speak on SHADASIA Green losing. Stay tuned to the end of the video. I got an update for that too. And Alicia Baumgardner winning moments after it happened, yet Remy Ma dropped a freestyle song dissing her on April 10th, over a week ago. She claims to be a rapper and it's crickets. So the truth hurts. You are doing rap videos, right? Pap said he ghost wrote for Remy Ma. And my question is, why and how are you being crude to SHADASIA Green at her most vulnerable moment when her medical condition was not immediately known, even though I have an update and it's pretty severe, right? And you were just like, these girls can't beat me. These bees can't beat me. And that's why I spoke up. Claressa Shields is a bully. Bullies don't like to be bullied. Bullies do not like when people speak back. Claressa, in my opinion, is also narcissistic, a narcissist. They too, just like bullies, do not like when people come out with the facts. That is what I said. That is what got me blocked. Now, I'll see if I can find it, but she's now blocked me, so her reply doesn't show in the thread. You know what? She blocked me, so I can't pull it up, but I did include it in my last Unpacked video, so I do have a copy of that. And the video is still up on the page. So I said the game's in a weird place. Basically, I would be mad SHADASIA Green lost, right? She says, I did not rejoice. You got to tighten up, right? That's what she said to me, that I got to tighten up. And I didn't respond with any words, only pictures. And that must have rubbed her the wrong way. And that's when she blocked me. And I'll show you the pictures that I responded with. It was the word rejoice, because she's claiming she didn't rejoice when SHADASIA lost. So it was the definition of the word rejoice, right? And it was all pictures and videos. It was a video of her immediately after the fight. And she was like, oh my God. Again, I'm not going to play it because it's all contained in my last video. So you got to watch that Unpacked from yesterday to fully be caught up here, right? So all I did was put pictures. I didn't even respond with words. And Claressa said, thumbs down. If you're an op, you're an op. And that's okay, but enjoy being blocked. This is what people do when they don't have a rebuttal, right? If you said I didn't rejoice, I sent you pictures and videos highlighted of you rejoicing, and then now you move the goalpost and say, oh, you're being a gossip. That, again, when people do stuff like that, is a lack of a sound argument. You don't really have an argument. You got cooked. So as a result, let me just block that. You know what I mean? Fine, block me. Again, I'm still going to do my job to the best of my capability, blocked or not. Best of luck to you. But this is what got Boxingego blocked, right? Because the narcissist Claressa Shields, I truly believe, has, yes, men and women in her corner. She does all types of stuff recently, more so recently, and everybody else is cool with it. But the fans and the other content creators such as myself that are seeing it and be like, all right, when we getting back to the boxing, you're an amazing boxer. And that's the thing. I ain't never said Claressa Shields can't fight. I ain't never said she has not done her thing with the 2 gold medals or even challenged herself with the PFL. But all this extra stuff is moving you away. Like, we don't know nothing about who you're fighting next. We don't know nothing about your next fight. We didn't ask for you to fight Franchon Cruz Dezern. You already beat her. This is what Keyshawn Davis is doing, right? You already had pretty much a victory with Nair Albright, and then you're just running it back. Just like Tyson Fury did. I know my boxing. Remember when Tyson Fury, I know so much y'all forget until you watch a Boxingego video. You're like, oh man, that was a good point, Ego. Tyson Fury did it with Derek Chisora. Nobody asked for that 3rd fight. You know what I mean? After he beat Wilder and I think Dillian White. Who told you? So you're just wasting people's money, wasting people's time. We didn't want to see you fight Derek Chisora again. You had already beaten him. This is what Claressa Shields did. Then Shadasia Green, the person we did want to see you fight, you don't make the fight as an A-side. Why you ain't send her a deal? Why you ain't send her a contract? And then when she loses to a girl you beat, you take that as some kind of like boost up, like you did it. You know what I mean? Like, where they do that at? Where they do that at where because you beat girl B and girl B beats girl C, then you're like, it's me, I'm the queen. Like, what? Like, where does that even come from? Triangle theories do not work in boxing. I could give you several examples of that. Several. I mean, triangle theories has been long proven that they're invalidated. You got Muhammad Ali, Frazier, Foreman. You mix these guys up, as all types of different outcomes. Or Shane Mosley. Shane Mosley beat Mayorga twice, but then Mayorga beats the Viper, Vernon Forrest. But then Vernon Forrest beat Shane Mosley twice in the pros and beat him in the amateurs. So again, this is why triangle theories don't work, because you would think Shane Mosley stopping Mayorga, that Mayorga would lose to a guy that Shane couldn't beat, which is Vernon Forrest, rest in peace. But Mayorga actually stopped Vernon Forrest and had his number. Styles make fights. There's so many different variables, different training camps. Did they enter the camp in shape? Were they dehydrated? Was it at a different weight class? There's just too many variables. It's not a science fair. Or a more recent one would be Joseph Parker, Zhele Zhang, and Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce knocked out Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker beat Zhele Zhang. And then Zhele Zhang had 2 fights with Joe Joyce and knocked him out and kind of ruined his career. So why did Parker get knocked out by Joe Joyce but beat Zhang, and then Joe Joyce, who knocked out Parker, couldn't get past Zhele Zhang and got stopped by him? And the second fight was worse. So because you beat Lonnie Daniels, right, that's her victory. Her victory. You had a victory against her, cool. But she just knocked out Shadasia Green, not you. That's how that works, right? And I fear Claressa Shields is too far gone, so she just ain't trying to hear that. And this is where I'm throughout the rest of the video, this is where I'm about to separate myself, because there's a lot of Claressa Shields, a lot of blogs talk about her, but they don't know boxing. They're bloggers, so they're talking from the blog side. I'm telling you about the Viper, Vernon Forrest, Joe Joyce, Zhele Zhang. They're not going to know who those people are. So not only am I talking about the drama or whatever, and she blocked me, I'm giving you a boxing history lesson in the process with Muhammad Ali, Frazier, Foreman. So this is what I do. That's why I said I don't even understand why anybody would try to go against that. I'm the dawn of this boxing talk, period. So every word that I said, I still stand by. Why are you bragging about somebody else's victory with SHADASIA Green? Now, speaking of SHADASIA Green, I try to warn y'all. She just came out with an update to all the fans of her condition. She just did it. So it was in poor taste for Claressa Shields, not knowing SHADASIA's condition, to be making it about herself and be like, rah, 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 these BZs can't beat me. Oh my gosh, this the girl y'all said could beat me. And then Papoose, and here's the thing. Papoose, he was on her man, he was on the phone, and she's calling me gossipy, but her dude was on the phone laughing that SHADASIA Green lost. These are facts. This is not like, oh, ego, he hating and all. Like, I can prove it. I have all the data. She made it about herself when it was someone else's victory. Her dude, Papoose, was laughing like, ooh, ha, ha, ha. Oh, I told you, you not fighting her. You not fighting her, right? That's what he was saying, right?
Oh my God! This SHADASIA just get fucking stopped?
See him laughing?
Whoa! 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 Oh my God! SHADASIA!
Again, that's in my old ish. That's in my last video. So you out here calling me gossipy. Your dude is almost 50 years old. He 48 years old. He laughing at SHADASIA Green. So again, everything I said, I stand by. It was in poor taste for y'all to be laughing at a girl. I don't care. Boxing. You know what I mean? Like, human life is more important than the competition. Wow, you're a great fighter. Amazing. You're the GOAT. Cool. But we need to see if this girl is okay. Her eyes were fluttering, like, you know, when people have them epileptic seizures and stuff like that. She looked like she couldn't stay awake. And I told you in that video, these are telltale signs of something potentially more sinister, like a brain bleed, right? Speaking of brain bleed and me being the GOAT, see, this is the funny thing. Claressa Shields, she's like, I'm the GOAT, I'm the GOAT. But guess what? When it comes to boxing in the digital age, I'm the GOAT. I'm the GOAT. This is what I do. So I'm going to prove once again, this is why you should wait and make sure the person is copacetic. Boom. So SHADASIA Green put out an official statement on her condition, right? So nothing I said changes. And she says, and I quote, "With everything in me, I want to thank those who had great concern and even the people who figured out during the fight that something was wrong." This is SHADASIA Green. "I passed out due to bleeding out of my brain." Heartbreak and a brain emoji. "However, I am in the ICU on the road to healing. I'll be back to get what's mine 100% covered. I appreciate Most Valuable Promotions and Nikisa being by my side in the hospital. God is good. Give me my flowers. This is why you should wait, because we didn't find out until SHADASIA Green just put that she had a brain bleed. You know, the same type of thing that has claimed other fighters and put people in comas. And when you see, like, if it was a knockout, like, and then they just woke you up and then you're like, oh man, cool. Maybe you act like that. But this looked very apparent that it wasn't just a regular knockout, right? It looked like the people, shout out to Christina Poncher, right? The people on the telecast were telling you, I don't know, she walked away from the corner looking weird and she keeps wincing and, you know, something appears to be in her eye or blah, blah, blah. So this was different. Again, like Caleb Plant knocked out Anthony Durrell. That was just a clean knockout. Durrell came to his senses, got back up, disappointed, and that's that. you know, and Caleb did all that. But that was just a regular knockout. But when the opponent looks like they're not stable in stable condition, I think you should show a bit more compassion. And this is what I'm talking about. This shows Claressa Shields' character. I truly believe your first initial reaction is your real reaction. Think about it. Like if your girl accidentally hits you or something and you're like, back, and you call her a B or something, and you're like, oh, my bad. The pain made you call her that. That was your real reaction. And then maybe you thought about it like, oh man, I'm tripping. That was your real reaction. So Claressa's showing you who she is. And you know what they say, when people show you who they are, you got to believe them. So you're showing your character. You and SHADASIA, we wanted to see y'all fight in the square circle. That's it. We didn't hate you. We didn't hate her. We wanted to see fair competition and a great, clean fight. In fact, one of the reasons is you are such a good fighter that there's only a handful of compelling matches to be made with you. So SHADASIA was looking like a person that could maybe go some rounds or be compelling in a fight that we would want to see. No more, no less. And because of your own like demons or insecurities, you take that and you take the comments and stuff and you turn it nasty, in my opinion, and ugly. And it was only then that Claressa Shields came out and was like, oh yeah, SHADASIA Green, I wish for her safety. But you did that after you had already put out all this other laughing at her and emoji. Again, I've already covered that in my other videos. It would take too much time to pull it all back up, and it would make that video invalid. Like, why should you watch that video if this video has all the same stuff? So I'm trying to keep this one fresh for the people who watch me daily, right? But go watch that other video. It shows Claressa, what she was saying, emojis, laughing, and she was like, Lonnie Daniels, your heavy-handed self, and you're just doing all this extra stuff, and this don't make you look better. You did not knock SHADASIA out. In fact, you didn't fight her, no matter what. That is a fact, no matter what. Now, let me keep exposing the game. And again, this is what the other like bloggers and people, no disrespect, but this is what they can't do, because I know boxing and I know a lot of people don't really know, like detailed know the sport of boxing. So let me set it up for y'all so y'all can really get the full picture. This is an opponent that Claressa fought in her own home state, her own hometown. It was like in a Detroit fight, right? The opponent's name is HANNA GABRIELS, right? And in the fight, guess what happened? In the first round, Claressa Shields gets dropped. What you see?
Go Shields!
Down goes Shields. You dig? Down goes Claressa Shields. And she looking at that white dude like, what happened? What just hit me? The white ladies in the back, look at them. The white ladies, they like, oh, you want to talk about mother? Bro, the white chicks back there look shocked, right? So Claressa Shields got dropped, put on her pockets in the first round. And this was a good fight, right? So, okay, it happens. People get dropped. Fine, right? But I'm going to expose the game so y'all really get a full picture. HANNA GABRIELS was landing some very good shots. And again, she dropped you in the fight. Caught you clean. Boom. You on the ground.
With the left hook that.
Like, it's just as clean as possible. She caught you.
Hurt Shields. And there.
Hurt Shields.
She watches as she goes down. She
Watch.
watches her
Boop.
mouthpiece.
Booyah. Hit you with the uppie and then followed it with the hook. Beautiful execution. Bow. You lost your balance. You on the ground. That's what happened. That's what happened. And just so y'all can really see, let me move myself. Boom. So we're all on the same page that's what happened. Claressa Shields fought this girl, HANNA GABRIELS. Now let's talk about bully behavior. This is what I'm saying. I don't like when people try to bully people. You could block me all day. The truth will still come out. Like, what does that got to do? So the reason why I brought up an old opponent that Claressa Shields beat is because it was a good fight. And this girl has been trying to fight Claressa Shields ever since that fight. And she believes she can make adjustments, blah, blah, blah. Bully behavior. Let's keep going. So right off rip, she is fine. Hannah Gabriels she got it going on. She fine. I'm a man. I'm just being real. She could fight and she fine. What it is. This is a brand new video from Hannah Gabriels, beautiful, excellent boxer that dropped Claressa Shields. Let's hear what she had to say. Roll the clip.
Just passing by to answer to Shields' call out. You know, dear, all of this time that I haven't fought, I've been forced to wait for this. No need to say, I am the happiest to know that the wait is over. I see that knocking out Perkins has given you the confidence to fight me. I've been waiting. Have your team contact me. Just passing by to answer to Shields' call out. You know, dear, all of this time that I haven't fought, I've been forced to wait for this.
So Hannah Gabriel, who floored Claressa Shields, is making it official, letting it be known she wants to fight Claressa Shields. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. The girl that put Claressa Shields down and gave her a very tough fight in her own hometown. I could prove that too because I know my boxing. Claressa on the ground. And if you look at it, it says Hotel Saint whatever in Detroit. So Claressa on the ground, Hannah Gabriels did it, and now she's calling you out. Bully behavior. Because you are kicking SHADASIA Green while she's down. We already know she has a brain bleed. She's in the ICU. So we wish her a speedy recovery right here on Boxingego. That fight looks to be out the way for a while, right? Everybody remember this. Bully behavior. Hannah Gabriels, you can fight and don't be like, oh man, but I already beat Hannah Gabriels. Because guess what? You already had beat FRANCHON Cruz Dezern and you just fought her in Detroit. And y'all jumped her at the weigh-in, right? So don't act like you're too good for rematches now, right? So let's see if her next fight is Hannah Gabriel. I don't want to see her fight that UK chick. She looked way smaller than Claressa Shields, and she looked beat down versus the other chick she just fought. I'm talking about Lauren Price. I don't even know who she is like that, right? So even though SHADASIA Green fell, there's still some very good fights out there for Claressa Shields, right? Another one, and all these people I've already said that Claressa should keep fighting or she should fight. You know what I mean? Even before SHADASIA Green lost, right? MIKAELA Mayer, she just posted 13 hours ago, sometimes you got to chop down the tree. Itching for another challenge. Jake Paul, MVP Promotions. So she can't wait to get back in the ring, right? Alicia Baumgartner, who fought her, says that she believes MIKAELA Mayer would beat Claressa Shields. Another great fight. But with all these like valid fights, MIKAELA Mayer, who's with MVP, Hannah Gabriel, who's been on the sidelines but dropped you and gave you a very compelling first fight. In the talent pool, let's be real, bro. See, Claressa, like, she's like, oh, no man has ever done what I've done. That's true. But I believe in context. One of the reasons why that's true is because if a man tried to do what you've done, he would get destroyed and get cooked. You know why? Because the talent pool in men's boxing is a lot deeper. So Claressa, she has flex and filled her weight where she moved up in weight or moved back down in weight. The reason why male boxers aren't really doing that to that extreme, like, oh, I'm gonna go to heavyweight, is because it is a lot more of a chore. Because let's say a boxer, like let's say Israel Madrimov, if he moves up from 154 to heavyweight, I mean, who's he gonna fight? Usyk? He fights at cruiserweight. Who's he gonna fight? Zordo and David Benavidez? He fight at light heavyweight. He got to fight Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev. So he would never even get to heavyweight because he probably wouldn't get past Dmitry Bivol, too big, too good, and a guy like Beterbiev. You know what I mean? So that's why he would have to beat let's say from 160 to heavyweight. Think about to keep going up like Claressa Shields, what a man who was at 154 would have to do. He would have to fight guys like Carlos Adames. He'd have to fight guys like Hamza Shiraz or Edgar Berlanga or Jaime Munguia or Canelo or Osley, right? Iglesias. He'd have to fight Yoelny Hernandez. He'd have to fight David Morrell. He'd have to fight the Russian that popped that David Morrell fought, right? These are all the fights on the way up to heavyweight. So most 54 pounders ain't running through that gauntlet and beating all the guys that I just named, let alone you get to light heavyweight. And then the kings of the division are Benavidez, Beterbiev, and Bivol, right? So you wouldn't even make it past a couple divisions. And that is the truth. So Claressa Shields, she acts like everybody else don't know boxing. That's not the case at all. I know boxing very well. And there's a reason why men can't do that, is because the talent pool is much different. Claressa Shields does look to be levels above a lot of the girls that she's fighting. That's why these Shadasia Greens or Hannah Gabriels or MIKAELA Mayer fights, or even a novelty fight like Chris Cyborg, these are probably her best options in the female circuit because they're the best and biggest names that you could fight that actually make sense. Other than that, it's going to be nondescript females that people probably haven't heard of or that you already fought that we have heard of, like Franchon Cruz Dezern. You know what I mean? So I want that distinction to be made clear, but I don't want to get too sidetracked. MIKAELA Mayer is still a great fight. Shadasia Green, even in the future, could be a good fight. Just because you lose don't mean you lose to everybody. I don't know what caused that. And I don't even know if she's going to be allowed to fight. I don't know what her medical condition is long term, what the prognosis is. Hannah Gabriel's calling you out. She's been on the sidelines. So you definitely have the advantage with being more active. So you would think Claressa, instead of blocking Boxingego, you'd be worried about this. Bully behavior. Say it with me. Bully behavior. I've already pointed out. Remy Ma dissed you over a week ago. You claim to be a rapper and singer and a musical artist as well. You haven't said anything to Remy Ma. How do you have time to respond to random pissant, like people leaving you comments? How you have time to block me, but you ain't said nothing to Remy? Huh? Hannah Gabriel just called you out. Great fight. She put you on your pockets. You ain't said nothing to her. MIKAELA Mayer says she's down to fight you. You ain't said nothing. You calling out random fans. Man, y'all said I had a fat face. I don't have a fat face. Let me block Boxingego. Okay. Oh, you show me, right? Kicking Shadasia Green while she's down. Somehow trying to talk trash to Alicia Baumgardner, who won her fight. That don't even make sense on many levels, because you're up here advocating for Caroline Dubois, who fought two chicks that Baumgardner fought. And let's be real, Baumgardner executed better than Dubois did in those given fights. The Bore Michon Fun or whatever, you know, Chow Fun, the Chow Yun Fat or whatever her name was, Alicia Baumgardner threw 700 plus punches and had highlight reel moments in a very good fight. Not to mention 3-minute rounds. Let's see who knows they boxing. Okay. So Baumgartner had a fun fight with a durable opponent and won a UD where Caroline Dubois got a majority decision, life and death, basically. And we know what she did to Terry Harper. That's one of the fights that put Baumgartner on the map. She bopped and then jumped on her, you know what I mean? And she did it in the UK. So this proves who the real hater is, right? If I was hating, why did I just start hating on Claressa Shields? I ain't hate. I ain't changed nothing. My values, my integrity, my principles, they've all been the same. You've changed and nobody else would tell it to you. I got you, right? So a lot of these fighters are sensitive and they want it to be everyone else's problem. They don't want to look inward. They don't want any accountability. It's everybody else's problem. Oh, you just a hater. I criticize any fighter that I feel deserves it. I don't mean I hate them or I'm ops or this and that. It is what it is. But at the same time, I'll give you credit if you deserve it, like I have done. And my work speaks for itself. Type in Claressa Shields and Boxingego and look through the videos, especially the older ones before she got with Papoose. And you're not going to find no negative patterns or anything. Claressa behavior, the mask is starting to slip and you don't know how to handle the fame. So why are you responding to random people on the fans? Let's get into that. This section of the video. Okay.
Hey y'all, just a public service announcement. Yes, I block people.
Bro, I love it. This is so funny. The day she blocks me, she makes a video talking about, yes, I block people. It is okay. Okay.
Yes, I block people.
What are you doing, bro? Like, what are these faces for? I'm not understanding this. It says public service announcement, but let's keep going.
Yes, it's me.
Bro, you don't have nothing to say. Yes, it's me. What are you, Mario? It's me, Mario. Like, what? Whatever, bro.
You come on my page where it is a requirement for you to follow me before you're even allowed to comment. So if you follow me and then you decide to comment something to me and be disrespectful, yes, I'm going to block you.
Cap. Big cap. Bro. Claressa, the lies must stop. She says that she blocks people when they seek her out, which is a requirement. What kind of requirement is that? Because last time I checked, your Twitter was open and people could just go to your Twitter. So I don't even know what you're talking about there. But anyway, you blocked me. I didn't send you the video. I didn't tweet you out. Listen, she blocked me on Instagram. I tweeted, didn't tag her. And I've already talked about that in my last video, right? And she's saying, oh man, it's a requirement and you guys are like finding me. I didn't find you and you still blocked me. I was in my own world, minding my own business, talking boxing. So what is she even talking about? Man, you basically she's trying to make it like she blocked people that are seeking her out to be negative. I didn't seek you out. I didn't tag you. I didn't bother you, nothing.
Before you're even allowed to, it is a requirement. It's me.
Live streaming can be tough, which is why I use StreamYard. Click the link in the description for StreamYard, which is an awesome tool that enables you to set up your stream with ease of use. Get great results with live streaming. It's what I use. Stream to social media with ease with StreamYard. Live streaming is here to stay. Engage with your audience using StreamYard. Great way to reach out to your audience and connect. So you need a tool that can do that. If you're new to YouTube and you're struggling to get views, one tool I can provide to you is TubeBuddy. I've been on YouTube over 10 years. I use TubeBuddy daily to crank out videos just like this one that you're watching. Learn how the pros do it with TubeBuddy. YouTube receives a lot of traffic, which also means a lot of creators, a lot of people putting out content. So you need to learn the ropes so you know how to separate yourself, especially if you're new. But even if you're a pro, use TubeBuddy. The link is in the description. Get more views, more subscribers, and a higher click-through rate. So ultimately you can realize all of your online goals. Use my affiliate link in the description and grow your channel fast.
You come on my page
I didn't come on
where
your page.
it is a requirement for you to follow me before you're even allowed to comment. So if you follow me and then you decide to comment something to me and be disrespectful, yes.
And I was never disrespectful. I just asked why you hadn't spoke to Remy Ma. So all this is cap, but go off.
I'm going to block you.
No, you're going to block people because you have thin skin and you don't like what they're saying. I was never disrespectful and I never reached out to you. I didn't tag you. I didn't bother you. I didn't seek you out. I didn't go to your page. I put it on my page, which I'm already blocked on Instagram. Now I'm blocked on Twitter. Cool. So you found me. You probably searched your name out in the search bar and found a tweet about you and then decided to respond to me. So let's not forget that, but keep going. Fake smile.
And I'm going to enjoy blocking you. And I may say something back to you before I block you. But
who does this? What celebrity acts like all the money you say you have, I'm going to block you? Because it's not just, she's not just talking about me. She's talking about anybody, right? Anybody can't get it. And I'm going to say something back before I block you. Does Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson act like this? Kevin Hart? Like, you minimize, and this is what I said before. You are not exclusive. Like, you minimize your own celebrity by being too available. Why are you responding to everybody, especially if it's negative?
But you're getting blocked. Because why come bothering someone?
Why come? Why come bothering?
Who's not bothering you? Why DM somebody who doesn't
I don't know what you're talking about with DM, but whatever.
know you and who's not bothering you? You want to get blocked? Yes, I block people. It's me.
So she just repeated the same thing. Is there a glitch in the matrix? What's going on?
No, I have I whoop your ass syndrome. I have I beat a bitch up, I beat a nigga up syndrome. I have I love my man syndrome.
So now she's listing off the syndromes that she has. Amazing. I'll beat a B up. I'll beat a ninja up. Bro, what is wrong with her? Like, what? Like, I'm being real. Like, what is, okay. You called out Keith Thurman, Jake Paul, Rolly. You didn't fight them. You didn't beat them up. So what ninja did you beat up? That's what I'm trying to understand. That's a real question. What ninja did you beat up? Okay, fine. Maybe you sparred somebody and beat somebody up in the gym, right? I don't know, but maybe you did. Even though you only got 3 knockouts, maybe a guy came in the gym and sparred you and you whooped him. But who is he? Say his name. Like, who is this person, right? You talking about you beat ninjas up. What is up with this like masculine energy in that regard? You beat ninjas up. What ninja? Who? And then if you're talking about Joe Blow and couch potatoes and people that don't box, what boxer does this? Like, what boxer trains their whole life and then brags that they can beat a civilian or beat a content creator or anybody who doesn't box? Like, bro, this is really mind-boggling. This is mind-boggling. There's like a Navy SEAL being trained in combat and hand-to-hand combat and weapons, and he's like, oh, I can shoot you and I can put you in a chokehold. Like, okay, like, so I don't even know who she's talking about and talking about I beat ninjas up. Who'd you even fight that was a man, right? And then when you did fight the dude, he floored you and you pulled a blade on him. You pulled a shank on him or whatever. So I don't know who she's referring to or who she beat up that was a dude, but How is that bragworthy if you're talking about civilians? Oh, I could beat up an untrained civilian. Amazing. You're not gonna get much props for that, bro.
I wear what the fuck I
Most sodas.
talking about when I don't bother nobody. I wear what I want. I make my own money. I'm successful. I mind my fucking business.
She minds her business. I'll leave, whatever, because we got to get to this video. She minds her business, but she be in everybody's comments and whatever.
And y'all steady come bothering me, but I'm the one that.
And everyone's steady coming by. See, again, this is narcissistic behavior. You're not taking into account what people are actually saying. You're like, oh, woe is me. Everybody else is the problem. It got to be that.
No. I got I beat your ass syndrome. I whoop a bitch. I whoop a nigga.
Again, didn't she just say all of that stuff verbatim? I'll beat you. Like, who are you beating up that's a ninja or what female? So you gonna beat up random civilian? Like, this is a good representation of boxing at its best, is a boxer who, like, so you gonna just beat up the world, right? Just random, I'll beat up this female, I'll beat up this ninja, I'll beat up this, I'll beat up civilians, I'll beat up babies. Like, what are you hoping to achieve here, right? If anything, if you, like, Dean DeGray beat up some random, I'm a therapist. And he's like, and he started feeding him. I'm a therapist. Now the dude talking about suing him. So again, this girl needs some help. She is unhinged. You need a PR person. You trying to go against the world because of stupid trolls on the internet. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Talking about you beat everybody up. Cool. Beat them people up. And then when they sue you, and then you take you have to spend time in court and financial damage and stuff like that. How is that worth it? This is what I'm talking about. Like, and then there's people like men that we know the average non-trained person cannot beat or whoop, right? Arthur Beterbiev, Prime Wilder. We know ain't no dude off the couch was beating them. Right? But sometimes the biggest show of strength is not having to use your own. Let that seep in. I'll be dropping some gems on the channel. Sometimes the biggest thing you could do to show your strength is to not have to use it. You know what I mean? I ain't saying be a punk. I ain't saying be a coward. I ain't saying let somebody harm you in any type of way and then don't do nothing, but pointing your finger at a camera and talking about how you gonna beat up the world, that don't really show strength to me. And then even if you did do it, like you beat up 18 dudes that were civilians, then what? Lawsuits, retaliation, like what are you gaining from this? So to me, until you've done it, like, you're just talking, and even if you did take it to that level, I think that would be a bad look for your career to, you know what I mean, be attacking random people because they said mean things online. Unhinged.
I love my man syndrome. Because it's whatever Papoose says goes.
Why do you have to keep convincing us, though? If you love him and everything's great, amazing.
Yeah, right? I have that syndrome. I don't fucking, how can I have when you say ugly girl syndrome, know that that's somebody who's a hater. Somebody who's constantly attacking people. Somebody who is making up things about people. Somebody who's not bothering them. They come go and bother them. That is what ugly girl syndrome is.
So I guess people say she has ugly girl syndrome. So this is why she's ranting.
Also, ugly girl syndrome is calling a girl that's pretty ugly. So a lot of y'all have that. Because I know damn well that I'm not ugly, but the amount of times that I see it, y'all keep saying it to me because y'all want me to believe it. And it's like, I already know before they created, or before I knew about some motherfucking weave and hair and wigs and makeup and lipstick and eyelashes and eyebrows, I already had accepted who I was. I already had accepted my beautiful, natural
natural face already. So when it comes to y'all talking about some, oh, she's ugly, baby, I'm never going to believe that, because I've never thought that I was past the age of 14. I saw my face, I saw my body shape.
You know you done messed up. People listen, I try to warn this girl a long time ago. The more you keep doing your explainers, the more you tell on yourself. It's like if you watch Law and Order or any kind of like First 48, the best thing you could do is zip it, right? The less you speak, the less they can hold against you. Miranda rights, right? She just leaked something from talking. This is what happens when you talk. She said, I'm beautiful. Y'all trying to convince me of otherwise. Y'all saying I have ugly girl syndrome, etc., right? This is what you just heard her say that. Then she was like, I got beta syndrome, blah, blah, blah syndrome, but I know I have a beautiful face. Then if you pay attention to what she said, I've accepted how I look in my beautiful face, and I never thought I was ugly past the age of 14. That's what she just said. So that would infer that you did feel ugly from, I don't know, age 1 to 13, because you out of your own mouth just said that after the age of 14, you knew you were beautiful. Come on, bruh. Listen again.
And makeup and lipstick and eyelashes and eyebrows. I already had accepted who I was. I already had accepted my beautiful, natural face already. So when it comes to y'all talking about some, oh, she's ugly, baby, I'm never going to believe that, because I've never thought that I was past the age of 14. I saw my face.
I never thought I was past the age of 14. And then you said I had accepted. Like for me, I'm just be real. I pull women. I pull BCs, right? Always have. Ask anybody to know me. It's what it is. I've never went on a rant talking about, oh, I look good, I do this, blah, blah, blah. But I don't have no problem, in that realm. So it's like, are you trying to convince yourself? Or are you trying to convince us? Because it looks very weird at this moment. You know what I mean? You're talking about I had accepted, past tense. I never thought I was ugly past the age of 14. What do you mean by that? So what does that suggest? If you read between the lines, what did you feel about yourself for real prior? And then you're like, oh, before I had silky yacky wigs or whatever, and horsehair and lashes and manicures and pedicures and money and this and that, I had already accepted myself. Listen to what people say, man.
Oh, she's ugly, baby, I'm never going to believe that, because I've never thought that I was past the age of 14. I saw my face, I saw my body shape, I saw my everything, and I was like, God damn, I'm a good looking woman. So you might as well stop saying that to me.
You might as well stop saying that to you. This girl really don't get it. You need some better people in your corner, bro. Because the fact that you just try to tell the internet what to say simply means that now, like, I am a person on the internet. If you feed the trolls, and I've been doing this longer than Claressa's been a pro fighter, for the record. Right? I've been making money online before she was a pro. That's how I covered her first fight, because I was already in the game. And I'm telling you, if you feed the trolls under the bridge and you keep doing these rants, talking about how you look beautiful, how you look good, how you don't need wigs. Like she's already been here before. She's already done these rants before, where she's like, I look good. I look good. I'm a baddie and an addy. I got a daddy, papoose a ratty. Like, you've already done this before. And you're like, I'm not doing any more filters. I don't need filters. And then you put filters back on. But whatever. But the point I'm making is, the more you try to plead with the internet the more they're gonna feel like listen, I don't hate Claressa Shields. I don't do these videos to like, I don't do bash videos. I'm just keeping it real on what I see. And it is what it is. If you don't like me, you don't like what I have to say, it is what it is. I don't really care. Right? But I'm like from a big brother perspective, I've been trying to give this girl a lot of game. There's a lot of game in what I say. There's a ton of game. I'm from the Bay Area, bro. There's a ton of game. Yee! In what I say, it's up to you to grab it. You know what I mean? The game don't wait. We already know that. So what happens though is other boxers and Claressa, these Gen Z fighters, they're built like sensitive, right? In terms of, oh, someone said something about me. They don't want to have any kind of discourse. We can't just agree to disagree. It's like, oh, you the ops. Oh, you're against me. If you're not kissing my, you not on my side. I done gave this girl props for years before I ever said any of the recent criticisms. It's a fact. You can look it up. But I've been trying to help her, but she don't. Again, some people can't be helped. It's like a crackhead. Man, keep calling me, man. Scotty, I don't want to die, Scotty. Like, if a person don't want to get off drugs, they're not going to get off drugs. And she has to be a PR person's nightmare, because all this stuff, pleading with the audience and like, y'all might as well stop saying that. They're not going to stop saying that. I know how the internet works. If there's one thing I know, you could be like, oh, he don't know boxing. He don't know this. If there's one thing I know is how this game works in the internet. The fact that you keep referencing your looks and you're making fun of fighters when we don't know their condition, that's making people not like you. And no matter what you say, you could try to plead with people and tell them to stop. Some people are negative and miserable, and they're going to see you and they're going to feel like, hey, I'm striking a chord, I'm hitting a nerve, and they're going to do it more. So the best thing you could do is ignore or tone it down a whole lot. But she, every time, oh, I do block people. I am beautiful. I've accepted the way I look. I never thought I was ugly past the age of 14. This ain't the way to go about it, bro. I'm in a great relationship. I love my man. I'm faithful. Then why do you have to keep convincing us of all of these things? If he liked the way you look and you knew after age of 14 that you were beautiful, rock on. Get your money. You don't have to show us that you got money. You tell us that you're beautiful. You just are. Like, there are people that are universally accepted as that's a beautiful person, like Sanaa Lathan and Halle Berry, right? Halle Berry's been like Flintstones and Strictly Business, Mo Money, Stacey Dash before she started to trip out. You know, there's certain people that have been known, like everybody had a crush on Halle Berry. Last Boy Scout, you know what I mean? Baps, all that, right? I have never seen Halle Berry, who's pretty much there's Halle Berry is not just liked by like black people. There's a lot of white dudes that was just like, oh man, Halle fine. You know what I mean? And the reason I'm bringing that up is because she's universally accepted as beauty. Her and Swordfish and all that, right? And Monsters Ball. She's like literally accepted. Man, make me feel good. Make me feel good. I want to feel good. Right? And that Monster Ball. You feel good. Make me feel good. I want to feel good. Right? Everybody know about Halle Berry. When have you ever seen Halle Berry say, I'm beautiful, I'm a dime, I look good, man, I look fine, oh, I knew I was beautiful? Like, you don't see people who we know are truly beautiful and like people, most beautiful people in the world. Nobody's acting like this, right? Or even dudes. I mean, it would be more weird for a dude, but females be on Jason Momoa or Michael B. Jordan. None of them are acting, and they be on the People's Most Handsome and all that. No one's acting like this that is, you know, known to. When is Brad Pitt or whoever acted like this? man, I got dimples. I know I look good. Like, you're the only one that's really convincing people of how you look. And what I know about the internet is this. If there's a pink elephant and people are like, Ego loves a pink elephant. And I do videos every day like, man, I don't like pink elephants. I don't know where you heard that. And if you keep doing it, and I keep doing videos about how I don't like pink elephants, people are going to associate you with the pink elephants. No matter what, even if it's not true, perception is reality. If you're like, I'm not a pink elephant, I ain't never liked pink elephants. Pink elephant, pink. When people go to Google and they type in Boxingego, it's going to start, you know, when it does the auto predict and like tries to predict and populate the word, it's going to say Boxingego pink elephant, because I done did a million videos about how I don't like pink elephants. You see how this works? So I've been trying to give Claressa the game. It's up for her or anybody else watching this video to accept it. You keep talking about your looks and how beautiful you are and how you're not ugly, how you don't have a fat face. It's just going to entice the real haters to try to get under your skin.
My beautiful, natural face already. So when it comes to y'all talking about some, oh, she's ugly, baby, I'm never going to believe that, because I've never thought that I was past the age of 14. I saw my face, I saw my body shape, I saw my everything, and I was like, God damn, I'm a good looking woman. So you might as well stop saying that to me. You cannot convince a bad bitch that she's not a bad bitch. And then on me, everything is natural, ain't nothing bought. So when y'all come bothering me, it's like, oh, Claressa got ugly girl syndrome. No, if a girl come disrespecting me, zoom in, or a man, I'm gonna disrespect them back. I have don't fuck with me syndrome. Leave me alone syndrome. Let me live in love and peace syndrome. Buy what I want syndrome.
Unhinged.
The fuck? I got that I'm in a league of my own syndrome. That's the syndrome that I have. Y'all blow me. Y'all gotta stop. People who I do know or don't know, I'm not finna go on nobody's page and say,
you went on my page and then didn't like what I said and then blocked me. So I don't know.
You're ugly. Oh, you can't dress. I don't like your hair. What? So what? If you don't like my hair. So what? If you don't like my clothes. So what? Do you pay my bills? You don't. So
it looked like she crumbling under the pressure. I ain't going front. This is kind of sad, to be honest. I'm just being real. This is kind of sad. Like, it looked like being a celebrity, you didn't expect this much attention, and then the negative stuff is really getting to you. And to be honest, I see it more with female influencers and female. They don't like it. I love it. I like when people say mean stuff to me because my paychecks be fatter. And I'm a man, so I don't really give about, because my demographic per like the analytics and the impressions is like 90% men, 10% women, because boxing's male dominated, right? So when I start getting a lot of hate, I can't front. I love it because it never be from women. It always be dudes like, oh, Ego, you're ugly, your beard is fake, your beard's weird. Like, all right, bet. And then my paycheck come and it's always fatter, so I don't really care. But I notice a lot of the females, like, they seem to be bothered by people's comments. You just gotta, if you're in the influencer life or celebrity, it's the internet. You gotta come to terms with that, and you gotta be able to. I wouldn't even be on the internet if I was Claressa Shields, for real. Unless I had a fight, I'd probably have someone else handle my account. So that's just me personally. You got millions in the bank and all this money you say you have. Why are you doing this PSAs all the time?
I don't understand that. That's why it's like kind of mind-boggling to me, but it's like, bro,
Mind balling? What did she say?
You don't. So I don't understand that. That's why it's like kind of mind-boggling to me, but it's like, do you pay my bills?
Mind balling? I don't even know what that is. She meant to say mind blowing.
You don't. So I don't understand that. That's why it's like kind of mind-boggling to me, but it's like, bro, I have...
That girl said mind boiling or something. Heck no.
You don't like my hair. So what? If you don't like my clothes, so what? Do you pay my bills?
It sounds like she finna cry.
You don't. So I don't understand that. That's why it's like kind of mind-boggling to me, but it's like, bro, I have make your own way syndrome, get to the top by any means necessary syndrome, make your money syndrome. Man, please take care of your family syndrome. That's what I got. I got don't bother me unless you want me to bother you syndrome.
Why is she yelling in her car? I'm so sorry. This is just ridiculous to me. I'm so sorry. I'm actually kind of glad you blocked me now that I'm seeing this. I'm actually pretty happy because now I won't have to see these rants unless someone sends them to me. So good job, Claressa. You showed us.
I got the when you start with me, I finish with you syndrome. That's what I got. You go low, I go to hell syndrome. The fuck? But ugly syndrome? No. If a bitch bad, a bitch cute, I give her props. If she
My name's Emily.
Successful?
Okay, so man, this is cap. I don't know what else. Y'all see, y'all quote stands, y'all could get mad at me or whatever, but it's cap. Because Hannah Gabriels is fine. Alicia Baumgartner is fine. Layla Ali is fine. Right? That's 3 fine females, and you beef with all of them. And then you try to get on Layla Ali talking about, oh, she's not as classy as y'all think, Miss Oh So Pretty. And you was like sneak dissing her looks by saying that, right? And then you're like, why would you kick a fighter while they're down? That don't make sense. We're supposed to be warriors and not trample on people when they lose. You did that to Keith Thurman. You did that to SHADASIA. We didn't even know if she was in a coma or if she could walk. We didn't know nothing. And that's how you conducted yourself, right? So I don't believe if a chick is bad, you gonna give them credit for it. Because you keep talking about how fine you are. You ain't saying nothing about Hannah Gabriel. You didn't say nothing about Alicia Baumgartner. Did you see her at the weigh-in, bruh? She was bad at all the weigh-ins, but the last one specifically, right? And you ain't never gave credit. You didn't say like, oh, she cute, but I beat her, right? And we know you was hating on Layla Ali, so I don't believe you.
I give her props. Okay. But, I can't keep letting stupid motherfuckers speak on me and not put them in a place. Learn your place and stop talking about me. Especially if I don't know you. And you know what? Y'all can't get no clicks unless you mention Claressa shit.
Bro, the delusion is crazy. Y'all can't get no clicks unless we don't even know when you're gonna fight. What are you talking about? Notice all these Gen Z fighters are prima donnas. Like Devin Haney, like, oh, y'all can't get clicks unless y'all mention Devin Haney. That's what the Haneyacks say. So they say, oh, Ego, you can't get clicks unless you mention Devin Haney. Then Shakur probably like, oh, y'all haters gotta mention me. And then Claressa saying the same thing. Like, y'all all can't be the reason. And then the person that really drives clicks is Gervonta Tank Davis. Come on, bro. Y'all can't get clicks unless you mention Claressa. There's people in boxing don't even like cover your fight for real. And now that you blocked me, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. You might be on your own.
That's the truth. The name ring bells. The name hold weight. Heavyweight. That's what it holds. The Shield's name holds heavyweight pressure.
I ain't gonna front. It sounds like Claressa. It sounds like she says a lot of stuff almost to convince herself of it too. And from a fighter perspective, I can even understand to a degree. Like, even if you think someone's capable of beating you, you got to kind of believe that you can beat them. So fighters are defiant by nature. What did she say? Listen, I get it. Hurt people, but I hurt people in a different way. And I've been telling people to leave me alone. It's for y'all's safety, not mine. I'm done, bro. She just saying anything. So, okay, hurt a bunch of civilians, get sued, enjoy that. Again, to me, Claressa is acting unhinged. And like, for me, like, how many times are you going to repeat the same stuff? You're a baddie. You're beautiful. You look so much better. You fight so much better. You're the GOAT. You got 2 gold medals. It's like Teddy Ruxpin. And I know this is going to age myself, but there used to be a teddy bear back in the day where back in the 80s, 90s, it was like toys weren't the same. There was no iPads and all that. It had a little cassette tape. And then you put it in and play it, and it could say like 5 token phrases. That's what Claressa is. She'll do these 30-minute rants, 10-minute rant videos, and literally you could have actually condensed it to 2 or 3 sentences. I'm beautiful. I know I look good. I'll beat anyone up. I'll whoop men. I'll beat anyone in the ring. These bees can't fight good as me. And I love papoose. That's it. And it's just that repeat the whole time. Like, for real. Let me know if I'm lying in the comment section. Since she's gotten with papoose, it is primarily those 3, maybe 4, talking about haters and blocking people. So it's either, oh, y'all some haters, y'all calling me ugly, I'm not ugly, why y'all bothering me? It's either that, I'll whoop you, I'll whoop men, I'll whoop women, these bees can't fight like me, they don't got skill like me, hating on Layla Ali and Bumgardner and Hannah Gabriels and Cyborg and everybody else. Or I look pretty, I look good, I got money, material, things like that. And vanity stuff. That's it. Where the fight news? When's your next fight? We don't want to see Lauren Price, and we don't want to see you fight Lauren no more. So again, hopefully this is the last video for a while because I'm blocked, so the news probably won't come to me regarding Claressa Shields. And again, I believe this. Any boxer that don't want to work with Boxingego, that's a disservice to you. There's so many other boxers, so I'll cover them. You know what I mean? So it ain't no skin off my back. I don't really care. And then for real, like, I'm not even trying to clown, but we talking about women's boxing. I don't ever have to cover women's boxing on my channel if I didn't want to. So I'm doing y'all a favor by even using my platforms to even cover women's boxing, right? This is what it is. So yeah, if y'all want to unsubscribe, block me, have at it. That is my take. That is my full deep dive. Hopefully I don't have to make another one of these videos, but I really had to go in and get unpacked.